Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series on this channel for the summer, the Marble Bowling Championship. I've combined two of my passions into one epic series. Hope you enjoy. So now let's get straight into the format of this series. We'll have 10 colored teams of 2, and we'll bowl 3 frames of qualifying, an 8th, 9th, and 10th frame in bowling. Top 6 qualify for the bracket. Today we'll be doing 1.5 frames of that qualifying. This is the track. You see we have the bowling alley and a makeshift stadium. And we have different options that the marbles have to shoot down onto the track. Let's get right into the teams. We have Team White with Jawbreaker and Abstract. Team Black consisting of Black Mamba and Starry Night. Some veterans on Team Red like Sunburn. Team Orange has fan favorite Bengal Tiger. Team Brown has Fudge and Sunday representing them. Team Yellow has 2 fan favorite races, Fruit Punch and Rubber Ducky. Team Lime has Midship. Team Green has Jungle and Cucumber. Team Cyan, fan favorite, has Cloudy Sky and Newcomer Treasure Map. And Team Blue has Jet Blue and Basic Blue. Now let's get right into the action. You can see this is our very first stadium we have, and the crowd is erupting and ready for this series. First up, we have Team White. You can see the not applicable. That is their current placing. Let's see where the first ball is going to go. Off to the left, but curls back in and gets 3 pins. And since they are the first to go, they are in first place right now. Let's see, can Abstract clear up the spare? This is a lot of pins. I suggest going on the outside. It goes on the inside track, goes on the yellow, and deflects off the pins, getting 4. Leaving them with a total of 7 and currently in the lead. But they are the first to go. We are moving on to our second team, Team Black. Starry Night has chosen to take the strike ball. There's a lot of strategy to see who is the better at getting the strike ball and who's better at spares. Black Mamba had Starry Night had a great start with getting 5, but just deflected. Didn't have a lot of power. They are currently in second place only because they haven't thrown their second ball yet. What can Black Mamba do? Can they clear up? Going on the long track should be the way to go. They go on the short track and miss them all. So they start with a total of 5 pins. That's not a good start, and that puts them in second place. Red is currently starting. We have Sunburn, who has been racing with us on in the channel. Did not make it through the first round of qualifying in the Marble Tour, but is back to get redemption here and gets a total of 8. Almost had 7, but one of the pins fell very late. Unfortunately, Red is left to split, which is where the pins are really far apart. This is going to be very difficult. Got to hit the left side of that middle pin, and Martian almost did it. Got 1 and left them with a total of 9, which is now first place. Let's look at this shot again. You can see they go down the middle and drift to the right, but watch as the head pin slides over to that other pin spot and falls down late. And that gives them a lead currently with 9. We haven't seen a team get a spare or a strike yet. Can we see that happen with Team Orange? Halloween is leading off for the strike ball, curls in nicely and gets a total of 6, which puts them above Team Black. They still have some work to do if they want to stay in contention for qualifying. Their second shot is very disappointing. It curls to the right, and that ties them in second place with Team White. And now we have our 5th team to go, Team Brown. Let's see what they can do. Leading off with Fudge, new to this channel, and gets a solid 8, which is a great total, puts him in second place. But that is a very difficult spare to get. You want to get the ball to the left side of the pins. Once they show the pins left, you can really see that you have to slide the 4 pin, which is the one on the left, into the 10 pin, which is the one on the right. And looks though Sunday took the safe route, got only 1, and brought them in a tie with first with Team Red. You can see the standings now. Brown and Red are in the lead. Orange and White not far behind, but Black is really trailing and needs to make up some ground in the next 2 frames if they want to qualify. Moving on to our 6th team, Team Yellow. Yellow's a pretty big fan favorite, and they are the only team with 2 marbles that race on this channel, but they did not get a good starting race right there with a gutter ball. But like I said, Rubber Ducky and Fruit Punch both competed in the Marble Tour, and now they are teaming up for Marble Bowling And I thought they were going to get a double gutter, but Fruit Punch curls back and gets 7, which is a 3-way tie for 3rd place. Now we're moving on to Team Lime. This is a fan favorite team, especially with Mint Chip as their strike ball. What can Mint Chip do? Goes to the right side and doesn't get a good spin and gets only 3. That puts him in 7th place, which is last since they are the 7th team to go. But still, they have another shot with Circus. Can Circus clean up the pins right here? Circus goes to the right and misses all of them. So Lime starts out with a pathetic 3 points. And they are now in dead last by a solid 2 pins. Moving on to Team Green now. We have Jungle as the strike ball. Goes to the left and curls in. That is a strategy we have not seen before. And it worked pretty well. Gets 6. What can Cucumber do? Cucumber races on this channel. Competed in the Marble Tour Week 1. Got about pretty decent, actually, placing. But what can they do in Marble Bowling? Great first shot, but gets only 3. And they are tied for first. We almost saw a first spare here. Watch this. It was nice and simple, but the 6th pin, which is the second one to the right, went to the 10 pin, which is the one standing. And it wiggled but would not fall. Moving on to our 9th team, Team Cyan. This is by far the team favorited to win just based on their color. What can Cloudy Sky, the strike ball, do? They get 8, which puts them up into 4th place. Only 1 pin behind the 3-way tie. But what can Treasure Map do? Can Treasure Map give the first spare? No! Treasure Map had a terrible second throw. And they get only 8 pins, which is 4th place, but still not great. Let's look at this again. Cloudy Sky goes a little bit straight on, which means they left 2 pins standing. Now this spare attempt, watch this. They ride on the edge between the yellow and the red track, and they shot right to the left side. So they finished with 8 and in 4th place. Now we haven't seen a strike or a spare yet. Can Blue be the first? They're the last ones to go. Here goes Basic Blue. That looks good. Oh, but leaves 1 standing. This pin standing is called the 4 pin. Can Jet Blue knock it down? Currently, they're tied for first. They can have the lead all on their own with a conversion right here. Probably got to go for the long track, which they do. They go on the right path, but oh, drift to the right side, which gives them a total of 9, and they are tied for first. Let's look at the standings now. Blue, brown, red, and green all have the lead. Cyan not far behind, but orange, white, green, black, and lime really need to catch up in these next races if they want to have any sort of chance at qualifying. Remember, the top 6 qualify. Here we are, moving on to Frame 2, starting off with Team Blue. The top 5 totals are going to race in Frame 2 for this part. The bottom 5 are going to race in Part 2 of this series, and the final frame will also be in Part 2 for the qualifying. Anyways, Blue starts off with 6 pins. They are now in first place because they have 15 and no one else has even gone their second frame. Can they convert? Oh, they go on the wrong track and miss the pins altogether. If that was the 4 pin they left in the first frame, they would have nailed it. But unfortunately, it wasn't. Moving on to Brown now. They're now technically tied for second since they haven't gone for this frame yet. And Blue is now in the lead altogether. Brown gets 6, so now they are tied with Team Blue at 15. But can Sunday get some pins right here? You can see that Sunday actually switched. Oh, never mind. Sunday still stayed with Fudge doing the strike ball. Some teams might choose to change which goes in the strike and which goes in the spare. And Brown goes straight into the gutter, which leaves them with 15 and also tied for first. So now technically, red and green have 9, while the other 2 have 15. So they are technically tied for third. Let's see what they can do. Sunburn leading it off this time and gets 9 pins, which puts them in the lead with 18. Now, can we see the first spare in this series right here? Martian just has to go straight down the middle. Seems easy enough, but what can he do? He goes to the left side and goes straight into the gutter and gets 8 and gets 18 in total, which brings them into first place. Now, what can green do? Green is in 4th place now. Second place is at 15 and first at 18. So if they get a good pin total, they can move into the top 2. But you know they want the mark. And look at this. They left the same pin configuration like they did in the first frame. Will they have better luck this time? Oh no, they go all the way on the left side. And they get 15 as well. And now there is a 3-way tie for second place. Can Cyan be the one breaking the tie? Let's see if they can move up, because now they can probably beat 15 with a total of 8. And they get 9. Oh, they were so close to a strike, but they leave the 10-pin standing. This is the hardest single pin in bowling. Any right-hander will tell you this. But can Treasure Map get it? It looks close, and yes, they do. And this is the first spare of the entire series. Cyan takes the lead. Now, watch this first shot. It was super close. This one pin on the right just went right around the 10-pin. We'll watch the spare attempt. They don't go all the way to the right. They go to the second track to the right, and they curl into the 10-pin. That was a very smart decision. And that puts Team Cyan on the top leaderboard, Red in second, and the 3-way tie for third. We'll find out what the other people do and the final frame to see who will qualify for the bracket. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching. See ya!